Yeah. Stepping in the spot like she own it. Looking like the world is your runway. She can set it off like a gunplay. Oh my. Yeah. Talk of the city with that body. Always getting praised like it's Sunday. She said, baby, what you gonna do about it?
Get that ass up with a gun. Hey, y'all, hey. Good morning. And welcome back to Try Foolery, a podcast redefining sisterhood.
Yes.
Once again, my name is Amanda.
I'm Shakira.
I'm Tom.
And I'm Candy.
Hey, and we are back for this. Is this
for another
this
freaking
is a new season.
We're in season 2.
Season
We in season 2, y'all. We made it.
Season 2.
Look at us. Look at us being consistent.
2.
And what we decided to kick it off with is a topic that I love, and I currently am living, and it's called living single. Ooh.
We are living
Hey, single.
Ooh, in a 90s kind of world, I'm glad I got my girl. Keep your head up. What? Keep your head up. That's right. My homegirl standing to my love in my true blue. It's tight like glue.
We are
Check it out.
Wait. Let's stay on topic, y'all.
But it is on topic. It's the
I'm
song.
glad
single.
that we got it out because I
We
was going
had
to do
to.
it at some point.
It's probably going to happen again at another point. But what I wanted to talk about today, y'all, is just the hardships of living singles, the highs, the lows, and what that looks like for us in our tribe. For those that are attached, that are not living single.
Yeah.
And those of us that are, and what that looks like.
She didn't look
So,
at me. She looked at you.
I mean,
Because she was my
So
baby
y'all-
father.
she would brother-in-law.
Continue
Right. We
to
say
be
brother-in-law, you say
dramatic.
baby father. People are going to be confused.
They are. They're going to be.
So
They'll
her
be
baby
like,
father,
It ain't for everybody
my
to
bad.
know.
Okay.
Okay.
they know what it is, and what
And what's known, what's understood, don't have to be explained.
it does.
Exactly.
But we might explain it later on. Anyway.
Okay. But what I did want to talk about understanding is I just kind of wanted to throw out a couple of things that I saw on the internet where it says 12 things that people living alone would only understand. And I wanted to get y'all's opinion on some of these things that I saw in here. The first one was you can be as clean or as messy as you want.
True.
Isn't it though?
Very
Because
true.
baby, I don't know what that's like living with someone else and having to like accommodate
Boy, I do.
for like
Yeah. I think that is very much so true too. To an extent, because one, Shakira and I have children, so you still have other people, and it's
Right.
different when you have kids' mess versus your mess.
true.
But when I was married, I think when living with someone else, it had nothing to do with me being messy. It was the constant another child. I had 3 children. That's what it felt like. Because it was constant pickup. Like
So
it was
not
just
clean after you and you and
Right.
you.
So there was no like role of like, okay, well you pick up, you do this and you do that. It was just like all left.
no. Don't get me wrong. He did have his moments. Like he'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna clean up." Y'all know I can be,
Anal.
a little bit.
little.
Y'all just
but-
gonna give her the back end.
Right. It's rude. But no, but the problem is he would take he'd clean like my kids clean. So he'll get in there and he'd be like, "Oh, look what I seen. Look, I came across this."
I
and you'll be
do
in the
notice
same room
that
for
a lot.
hours.
And it don't be
It don't be
universally
clean.
You be like,
It's like you
so
didn't move some
see
stuff
this?
around.
Right.
When you was doing that, you didn't see this? Because when I'm doing it, I'm like, okay, and that.
It's like we wiping down baseboards. We up here,
Yes.
shaking
It's-
stuff out, and they just be like, "Well, let me just move this here. It's clean now."
Now,
That's
don't
only
get me
one
wrong.
thing
He had
I
his moments
hated.
where he actually clean, but that was very rare.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And
Like,
it would take 2 days to get it like that though,
when
and I would
knew
have to
them in
walk away.
Mississippi, it would be like, I want to say I saw him like clean,
Mm-hmm.
maybe like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
And I was,
So,
we were out there for a year and a half together.
That's-
so
Yeah.
That's,
so just kind of being in your own space by yourself must be fantastical.
Low-key, it really is.
wonderful.
Because, like, some days my house be in disarray. And even though some people come by and they're like, and I'm like, y'all forget the house. And they're like, your house is not dirty. But I'm like, but it's dirty to me.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, but at the same time, I don't have anybody to be accountable to but myself.
Yeah.
But I can also tell when I'm not in line because my house really, really does look a hot mess. And I'm like, So
I got some work to do.
I got some work to do.
What else did you find out there?
Clothing is not essential.
No,
Girl, who wanna wear
Look.
Clothing is very essential.
No, it's
On
not.
either side of the
No,
spectrum.
well, clothing is not essential for me, whether somebody's there or not.
We know.
Honestly,
We know. We have all
Yeah.
been privy to that.
I'm just saying, like, if you babe, why I gotta put on clothes for you anyway?
that.
And then y'all
put on
like y'all.
clothes.
She's saying, yo.
When I'm home alone, but okay, when you're home alone and nobody's in the house, are you clothing optional?
Those are my you and your underwear days.
Isn't it nice? It's so free, and you be on the couch just.
I just wanna.
I
be
only
free.
get that about maybe every other Saturday, and I'm like, oh girl, it is underwear and TV time.
Girl.
I be in.
Just wait to what is that? The end of May, June 1st.
Oh, because they
Don't just
be,
show up at her house.
I'm
We're
about
not.
to be a problem.
I'm not popping
yeah, I
out.
We
should pop
already
up at
knew that.
her house
You
like she
can.
did at my house.
This is true.
Yeah, everybody
A few
popped up
days
at
ago.
your
This
house
is true.
this
I was
weekend.
I
this
was trying to
week.
send you love.
She
I
was.
love the love, girl. I love it.
Kinda.
They had now mind you,
I didn't even know that she had popped up until Shakira had said
you know,
it.
I
though.
gave her a lot of smoke all week. I'm gonna bring you one, but let me tell you how these things ain't cheap though. So I can't
Bring
show
me
up
smoke?
empty-handed. No. I was giving her
She is
smoke all week.
not.
Yes, she has because I don't feel good, and she keep coming for me.
Nobody want them diseases. So, but
So she brought her more illness, possibly.
She brought me something
no,
with
I
dairy.
didn't.
No,
I don't think it was. It
wait,
doesn't
we
have a
off
dairy thing.
topic, y'all.
Yeah, we are. It's,
my
it's
bad.
off the rails. I'm like, wait, we'll talk about that off the camera.
My
Off the
bad.
camera. Okay. The other
You
one,
started it.
the other one that gets on my nerves is the repairs and DIY costs. Cause like, I be joking and be like, I just want to be a well-kept white woman. But, I be joking, but I be for real. Because I'm like, when it comes to, like, paying for shit, y'all, it's like, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you have your own,
Them home ownership costs.
bruh.
Yeah, that's different.
that shit hit different.
And I think that that's two separate things. So like you will have living single and you not owning, and then
Mm-hmm.
living single when you actually have ownership, because the repairs.
But even when I was in an apartment, it was still like those single costs of like buying furniture and like stuff that you'd be able to go half on.
Hating to put together. I hate putting together like dressers or little nightstands or
that's
something.
my
with drawers.
shit. Why you
I
just don't
hate it
call me?
Because the little
that's my
the
That's
wheel
my
thing,
shit.
the wheel thing on the
And the
sides
thing-
for the drawers. I'd be like,
Just
I
call
don't
me,
know.
Shakira. I like
and they
it.
don't tell you on the instructions.
like
They
it, though.
still do. I like
They
them.
live 3 minutes
I
away
like
from each
it.
other.
We really
Shakira,
do.
The next time,
You just
I was say I
call
put
me.
all
Amanda
the,
pop
all
on
the
up
furniture together.
like she did this week.
I put it together.
I had to
but
get my
literally-
drill.
I
Shakira
have
had
to
my
get
drill.
myself in a mind
remember-
space to sit there and put like do the DIY stuff.
Oh, I can't wait.
I can't.
I got a table to put together
One
when I get home.
thing together and all of my place by myself. And somehow I got to the last step, was just to put the back covering on.
Uh-huh.
And it's supposed to be all black, but the back covering part, the outside of it, the part that you're not supposed to see, is brown. And somehow
That's
I
what's
got through the
facing?
whole thing, and I put the back covering in on the wrong way. So now
Look.
my little bookshelf is supposed to be all black, but now it's black and brown.
But you know what you do? You just spray paint that whole black. But ain't nobody got time.
That part.
Oh, girl, I'm black and brown. It's black and brown.
I mean, that goes
Right in
well.
front of it.
It
Man.
goes well together.
I don't mind.
I put
bookcases
together.
and stuff, but yeah. So what else we got?
All of the food in the fridge belongs to you.
Oh, my food belongs to you
know
anyway.
that makes me happy. 'Cause I'm just a big girl,
Look.
and I don't
belong
have
to
to
me
worry
anyway.
about people like cooking
Taking
food
your-
and people don't like it. I like.
Because even if you mess it up, you still gonna eat it, or you gonna zhuzh it up and you gonna try to fix it. Because it's like you don't have them extra opinions either. But like I like when you have an audience. I feel like that's pressure.
I think my problem is I already critiqued myself, so it wouldn't matter if somebody was there or
is
not.
her
I would just be
own
like,
worst
girl, you could have done
critic.
better than this. Now I have to fix it because
Which means that we're not eating because now she got to fix it.
Oh, like that time she boiled some crawfish and we had cut.
Oh,
the
no, y'all
potato.
got
She
in
was
trouble.
mad.
She said, I told y'all not to cut this corn.
Look, y'all, it be so real about crawfish in this tribe, y'all. Y'all have no
It's
idea
serious.
whether we're boiling it or we're going to have it. It's always a thing with crawfish for us.
Okay, because
It
we're
really
serious
is.
about where we're going to get it from.
Because every crawfish is not made equally.
The same, it is not made equal.
It's not. And the last one that I want to touch on is sometimes you miss your family or your roommates. Now,
Not really.
no,
No,
no.
I don't like people like that.
I miss my kids.
I mean, that's your family.
Yeah,
That's it.
Because she really be on one. She'd be like, "Ooh, this summer the kids are going blank. I can't wait." Blah blah blah.
I miss my
2 days
baby.
later, I miss my baby.
It's
I'm like,
quiet.
Girl, now, 2 days ago. 2 days. Just
I'm gonna be a problem,
2
y'all. Wait,
days.
she said it on camera. I'm gonna be a problem. Come what?
June 1st.
And come June 2nd, it's gonna be. I miss my babies.
I'm not that bad. At least give me a week.
Man,
Girl.
I ain't gonna lie. Some days, like I used to have a roommate, and I do. It's like some days I do miss my roommate. Like living by yourself, sometimes it's like, yeah, I have y'all to talk to, but like it was nice having someone in the house where we would like sit on the stairs and have these like long ass conversations sitting on the stairs about our day.
Yeah.
And some days I miss that. Like I told her the other day, I was like, Jay, we need to have a stairway moment because it was just one of those things that we would just automatically do.
Have a sleepover.
You know, well, the last time she came over, we had some problems, but you know, somebody had a little mishap, but it's okay. She's all right now. But you know, no, I do miss it because some days it does get lonely, and I don't think people address that enough.
Yeah.
Like, especially like for me, I don't have kids. It's just me and my little big headed boxer / pit / lab, whatever, but tripod that he is, you know, and it's just me and him, and he don't talk. So it's not like we can have a whole conversation where, like, some days I'm a little jealous of y'all because it's like y'all get to have the conversations with your kids or your significant others and stuff like that.
I
in-house.
lose
Conversation
my
with these
voice.
kids.
I have. I know, but some days I'm just like, I would
They're
like
young.
somebody
But I think
to
it's
talk to.
different than, and I think that's where that space where you're like, I miss my babies. And I don't know if it's just because of the like habitual day-to-day stuff, you know, so I'm used to having them there. But although those conversations may sometimes be like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yes.
I think it definitely pales in comparison to, well, there ain't nobody in here to talk to. So now you're calling us because you want somebody to talk to.
Yes.
And some days I don't feel like talking, and y'all know that, and then y'all get on my case, and you be like, for real, Amanda, you just gonna be a hermit? But yes, but you know,
Okay, I got iPhone, so I just FaceTime you.
You do.
And
Okay,
you
I done
answer for
videoed
me.
her.
and I be like, hi,
All week.
Shakira.
I pull up.
You do.
Oh gosh,
I do pull up.
she do.
Y'all disappear.
I mean, but some days the disappear be necessary because, like,
I give you your space for you know. I just gotta make sure you're not kidnapped.
And she don't believe you when you send her a photo. So
she gonna be like, hold the newspaper up or hold your iPad up. Let me see what
she
day.
said, I
The
need to see you.
date.
I send this fool a picture. You can see my bed behind me.
But that wasn't the
She
date.
said, I didn't give you a date.
I told you I needed to see something that I knew it was current picture
Yo.
of you.
Candy, what did you just went? What happened? Because
She's
like,
been gone for a few days.
yeah, she was just out, and Candy
Girl,
was
I
like,
told you
No,
Life
it was
together.
fine that she was out, but there was no text message response. There was
getting
no,
my-
like, it was zero messaging. Like, it wasn't even about not
Like,
answering
are
the
you
phone.
alive?
It was nothing.
Settle.
she was about to be
Okay.
on some whole taking
We
stuff.
all was like,
Yes. But even Shakira
Yeah,
felt we
I
all
I gave
felt
you
unsettled
a
about it.
space.
As I do to them.
No, but you a text
Even though I
me
didn't give
like you're
Amanda her
good.
space this week. I
You
messaged
didn't.
Amanda
You did not. You didn't. But I appreciated it.
every day. I think I messaged and called Amanda every day this week.
You did. I appreciated it. It was rough.
and
This
I
week
think
was
I did
rough.
it every
This
other
was
day.
a rough week.
This was a rough.
It was a long one.
All right. So let's move into the next segment of Will This Cause an Argument?
Oh gosh.
Dun, 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 dun. And it's dealing with roommates.
Oh goodness.
So my question, what's up?
What type of roommate? We need to specify.
Roommates.
'Cause
Roommates.
I don't consider my kids roommates. They don't pay shit now.
Like if
not
you
a
didn't have
roommate.
kids,
Hey, yo,
is
broke
there
roommate.
anybody? Is there
Broke roommate.
anybody in the tribe that you would want to move in with, or you would not want to move in with?
I would not want to live with.
I already know who
She
you're
don't
gonna
want to live with
say.
Candy.
First of all, why wouldn't you live with me? I am not a bad roommate.
Nah,
You're just
I'm
an
just real
anal
messy.
one.
You said what?
I'm real messy, and you would want to kill me.
I wouldn't want to kill you. I'll just tell you clean that shit up. But
Exactly. We both pay bills.
no, but it's fine. Like, but
No, it's not.
no. First of all, I was gonna say
start fine.
I was definitely
It's
gonna
not.
say that I wouldn't roommate with Shakira either, but because we bicker too much.
Y'all do.
I would agree.
But-
I would agree with that.
But outside of like just the messy part, I feel like even if we were roommates, that in itself wouldn't be an issue because you would have your own space, your own room versus like your house now, you have your kids. Like it's not you and like for the rest of the house. Like your room, that's your space, that's your business. But you're not a person to mess up the entire house, like the joint living spaces. But we bicker too much, so we couldn't be roommates.
Yeah, no.
I don't know though, because Shakira, and first of all, you always cleaning up, and then Shakira is always like, okay, I gotta clean my house on this day and this day. These are the days that I'm
Right.
going through the whole house, and I'm just like, okay, girl, every
Exactly.
2 weeks or so, I'm going. through
Well,
the
currently
whole house.
there's a
only
pile
have
of clothes
time off,
on my
'cause I
bed
like
right now
to-
for this trip.
I like to oh yeah, I've already packed clothes.
I know. I
for
saw she
the
packed.
birthday.
Y'all, she packed.
For a trip
That's
what,
in
2 weeks?
June. Like she ain't going
From
till
now.
That's a
June.
month from now, girl.
And that's,
she
that's,
packed.
that's another reason I couldn't live together
Bruh.
because you're gonna be ready like 3
As
months in
ordered
advance.
That-
as Shakira is, Kardashian
Late.
is not ordered.
late-
No,
right.
in that way.
Not in that way at all. Not even close. I think if I had to choose to live with somebody, it might be Will because she'll be a hermit and go to herself.
That's what I was.
And that part in itself, like, because I have my moments where I'm just a weird and she'll be off to herself. The only reason it couldn't be you because you got a dog.
What did
I'm just
Rocky
saying-
do?
I'm just saying,
My baby be
but-
chilling. My baby be chilling. Don't do Rocky.
Candy had a dog in her house once upon a time, and that dog
She
lasted
did.
about a month.
Baby, she drove that dog back
no,
to
I'm
Mississippi.
Okay, we're going. Move you to Papa.
Dobby is
because we're
currently
not
in
going to
Mississippi
be
right
here.
now.
The
It
same.
was a lot.
And Dobby was a little bit, but
And
that was a
Dobby
little
was
dog.
Yeah,
This
he was
big.
Yeah,
was a
he
little
was
bit-
tiny. And
There's
I was
something
like,
about little dogs, though.
nah. But he's smart though. The thing is, he was smart. It
Yeah,
wasn't
they
an
all be
issue.
smart.
He was super smart. Like the kids actually were potty training him, and he was actually using the bathroom on a thing. And I think that they were like stressed, and he probably saw that they were stressed. Like if she come home and sees some shit on this carpet, it's gonna be a problem.
Bruh.
But yeah, no.
Dang, y'all just because Rocky lived with me.
I'm sorry, but I love you though. If you didn't
No.
have Rocky, I think that we could probably live together too, possibly.
I think I got
Possibly. I don't know.
Y'all.
I don't know. Y'all bougie. Y'all a little bougie.
I don't really know.
I have
because-
bougie moments.
Yeah, man.
I do. I have bougie. I have
Actually,
very
yes.
bougie
Yeah,
moments.
they bougie. Like that's
We
y'all
have
are
like I
bougie.
think we could live together, Shakira, because I feel like.
y'all are bougie.
But I think we appreciate the attention to detail. It's not about the boo. Well, it is, but it's the attention to detail. It is.
I give
like
attention to
that.
detail when it comes to
I
cleaning
like
my
it.
house. I give attention to detail when it comes to cleaning my
Cleaning,
house.
but like
But outside of that,
None.
damn.
Candy's everywhere.
I know that's my problem. I got to keep my mind from racing. But
I don't know.
But I think-
I like to think that I would have to live alone because I hermit
big time.
Same.
big time. Like I got to go into the cave, and when I go into the cave, I gotta be there. And then
my
y'all
nerves
know,
get bad.
and I haven't really. Oh yeah, y'all know. After so long, I'm like, okay, it's time to go home. We on a trip or whatever. I'm like, all right, are we going home now? Because I need to be able to go into my room.
I need to get away from people.
I just
Right.
need
Yeah.
to. I need to get back into myself for a moment. I just gotta breathe. But y'all know that I'm definitely just coming off of living with 3 guys and then living with 2 guys before then, and so it's just
A lot.
I haven't lived with a woman in some years.
But we do well together when we travel. That I do know.
yeah,
It's
we
like
have-
when we
we have a
travel,
good
we
time.
travel really well together. Even when y'all
We do.
kidnap people and y'all don't tell them where y'all taking them.
It's
I
not
don't know what you
kidnapping if you know you being taken.
that part.
Technically, I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know where I
You
was.
just didn't
It was
know
a
where
get
you
in the
was
car
going,
and
but
let's
you
ride.
knew you
Right.
were being
Take
Me
taken.
and
off
Topi
these
had
days.
no idea where we were.
But it was just a cruise. But we told you we was taking you somewhere. We just didn't tell you where. So that's
It was an
not
adult napping.
kidnapping.
It was an adult napping.
I mean,
affirmed
I'll
in the
take that.
fact that Topi flew here, and when
She
I
did.
picked her up at the airport, that was consent.
Facts.
Yep.
Perfect.
And you consented when you packed the bag and got in the car. So
Even if you were told, you were voluntold to do so.
Right. It was forcibly like, oh, you gonna do something for this birthday, so we not
Yeah,
telling
but
you
when
what's
don't
happening.
wanna do
Well,
something,
I
just
told you
don't get
nicely,
in the
though.
car.
But I'm not gonna be here this year for my birthday though.
Ooh.
I feel like I'm
Ooh, we
being
gonna
tricked.
have fun.
I'm gonna be out of
Being
town. No, I'm really gonna be out of town this year for my birthday.
Getting penis.
So some of the drawbacks to living
the
alone.
only way
so,
we okay with that.
is living by yourself. let me segue.
Give them the segu.
The segue.
Oh.
Let's navigate away from penis.
nothing to say.
But I just want to.
I'm going
we got
to enjoy
everything
a
to do.
concert
Shakira, who
by
would you
my
live with?
well,
You going
not
to a
by myself.
concert?
Yeah, I'm going to a concert.
would I
We're going to see
live
Kim on
with?
stage and Tony Baker.
I would live
Huh?
with.
Where?
I can't.
DC.
I could live with all of us.
Uh-huh.
I could live with all of us.
Yeah.
I could live with all of us if we all had separate houses on a big plot of land.
This is stuff we talked about though. Like low key, that would be
great.
the ideal roommate situation because we would all be near each other
But
away
but away
each other.
from each other.
Okay, so I can
Right.
hermit.
Because as much as I like to talk to y'all, like don't get me wrong, when I'm in my own space at home,
Yeah.
I don't like. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be. I'm not trying to be rude.
Bruh, do she have them moments?
I'm not being rude.
She
I just don't
would
want to be bothered.
go
But
into
y'all-
like, I'm not talking to y'all for a week.
And then we start getting on her nerves.
And then when I say the same thing, people
Oh, it's a
knocking on my
problem.
door.
It's a problem.
No, because see, the problem is, so this is the issue when she says it, right? Like, my thing is she did no communication at all saying, hey, I need my space. Cool, I'll give it to you. But you got to say that that's what you're doing. Because if you just go MIA,
True.
you kidnapped. Period. In my mind, you kidnapped. So,
It's on some taking
We're working
shit.
on the
Yes.
anxiety.
and then, but
this
Shakira's, look, I'm trying to get there. But Shakira's problem is when she tells me she need her space is right after she said like some tragic shit has happened.
Okay.
So I know she's in like
That
a
makes
depressed
sense.
state. So I'm popping up because I'm making sure you good.
I think that yours are kind of similar.
Uh-huh.
Time to time.
What, when I disappear?
It's like life is
Life is
incredibly
lifing.
overwhelming.
But that's what we
I'm
all do
going
it.
MIA. Yeah, I definitely do.
Yeah, you sure do.
Absolutely.
Because you did it all this week.
I
Okay.
did.
I did
And
not
you
do
did
all
it
this.
another
That's
week.
what
I
I
did.
talked to
I'm talking
Amanda.
about her.
every
No,
week
you
about
talking
Amanda.
about me?
Oh,
I did. I be, but it'd be that 8 a.m.
okay,
call,
though.
and I'd be like, "Oh, it's 8 o'clock, and I'm still in the bed."
It's okay though.
No,
because
that part is
That
fair.
that
you
is
call
fair.
her every day.
Yeah, we
and
were
I
trying to
called
get ready
her
for
every other day.
Oh, I was
did.
calling her
Actually.
because I was in need.
Yeah,
I'm like, girl, listen, we are in the same boat
we
right
were in the
now.
same boat, baby.
We're going to talk each other through it for a couple, like 3 to 5 minutes every day this week.
Ooh,
Even if it's just to bitch and moan about it.
Literally.
That's what we're about to do 3 to 5 minutes
it helped.
throughout this week.
It helped. I had a power hour last night. That's why I'm a little tired today because I decided to power through a lot of stuff last night that was
I figured
outside of
that.
work still. But
Look, when Shakira told me that you didn't answer the phone, I said she stayed up all night because we had
Yeah.
talked. Because you had told me, I was like, because she told me she didn't finish the thing, and I was just like, oh, she was up all night. I'm gonna keep calling.
child, what was I doing? I was video
I
editing.
wish I had.
I was video editing, working on the website.
I called her like 8 times this morning. Y'all.
You did, I ain't hear nothing. When I tell you, I heard nothing.
I was like, it's okay. I'm about to go knock on her door. She 3 minutes from my house.
And then I don't know how miraculous. I think Rocky woke me up because he heard the phone going,
call
and then
constantly.
I
He's
felt
like,
the
"Girl."
cold nose on my hand, and I was like, "Ooh, it's 8 o'clock. Let me get up. Gotta go."
Goodness.
Yeah, because I could tell in her voice when she answered. She was like, I said, Shakira's on her way to your house. She been calling. She's like, I'm not even dressed. I'm telling you, I'm driving myself. And I was like, and I said, well, call her. I said, you know what? Don't even call her. I'll call her.
Thank you. I appreciate that, baby. When I tell
I don't
you,
need you
thank
to
God
stop
I
and
had
do nothing
taken a
else.
shower and was ready to go and was like,
Let's do it. Let's
pull
get
it
out.
together, and here we are
That's
today.
living single right there.
That look, because if I had to get if I had the extra responsibility of having to get kids or having to get like significant others, that's the part. I think that's the part I think I'm the most nervous about for the day that I do say I do, like having that extra person that I'm not used to being there.
That's why I believe like you should live with your partner beforehand, because then y'all have already gotten over that hurdle. Because
Yes.
I believe like marriage is already like super hard already. Y'all are gonna deal with so much.
I'm scared.
The
I ain't gonna
living
lie.
together part, get a good like 3 to 6 months at least.
I think you should be longer than that because that's not
I
enough
think
time.
so too, but I'm talking about for the people that like get engaged and
They're
married
shacking up.
a
They're
year.
shacking.
I don't give a damn.
Y'all
You
can't be
I will
shacking.
shack the fuck up so I know who the fuck I'm dealing with.
I'm talking about the people that get
Baby.
engaged and
No,
get
I'm
married
just-
in
I know
like
what
a
you're saying.
year.
No,
but
I'm just
Love is
saying.
blind.
Look,
No.
I could care less about the shacking up part because I've
Except for
lived
their
with
married
somebody.
already.
So
I think I would have to. Like, I used to be of the tribe of thought of like, oh no, well, we don't have to worry about this, and it's shacking up, and no, we're gonna be just fine, and we're gonna come together. And then the harsh reality of like living by yourself, paying your bills, and then thinking about taking someone else's shit into your shit, and then y'all making all that work. That's just
Yeah, that's that. Yeah,
we
that
gotta
would be
live
daunting.
together to see if
Yeah.
I can do it.
So for you, being now you guys live with the children, does it feel like living alone?
No.
No.
Okay, so it doesn't feel like living single for y'all.
No, not at all. It's a living mother.
Living
Okay.
a single mother.
Yeah, that's it. And honestly,
And so I think it's even a little bit harder because you then have to navigate like the dating part of it around the kids.
right.
And you gotta like either sneak people in or do secret meetups at
Other places.
because you're not
Other
coming around my kids unless I'm for sure about you. And if I'm not for sure about you, you can cancel Christmas. And that's however long I feel that's going to
Not
take.
Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Not
She said
Christmas.
not
Christmas
my
and New Year's.
birthday.
Can we not choose another holiday?
Right.
Okay, you can cancel every holiday there is because you ain't beating my kids unless I am secure that you are somebody that I want to be with long term.
That's fair, but can we still have Christmas is for the kids. I don't even celebrate Christmas.
Facts.
Tickle.
Girl, I was about to say my thing. You talking about Christmas for the kids?
Yeah, see, I've been telling you all week, stop singing that.
No,
All week.
perfect.
Sing away.
Fuck them kids.
fuck them kids.
Not for y'all all to start
Fuck
dancing.
them kids.
I got the
And
T-shirt. I got the whole T-shirt.
And if
Fuck
you
them
don't
kids.
know, when you read that shirt, then you don't know.
You really don't.
And that's the.
And some
see,
people
that's
be so
very
perplexed.
different
when
from
I
a
read
very
it.
explicit song you guys.
You
are
got it,
singing.
but some people be like, "What? Foxtrot?"
And there's a reason that
What?
you got it, and a lot of other people might not.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
what
it's
you have
funny.
to use when you're spelling out stuff anyway, military and police.
Look, that I be. I don't know. I think that's the one thing that I'm definitely nervous about. Like, whenever I make that transition, or whenever that transition happens, y'all just gonna have to coach me through that. Cause I'm gonna be like, this nigga is
Bringing his shit in here.
About to get him.
How dare him come to live
Yeah.
in here with me with all of his things and not just move into my thing.
Oh, don't
Right.
let him be like one of them hard hands-on working men where he come in with the funky ass boots and he try to put them
Bruh.
inside of your house instead of leaving them in the garage. Take
Bruh.
your shoes off
Oh my
outside.
goodness, y'all.
I ain't gonna lie though. The shit that's gonna be nice is having like, I'm praying that I have like a handy guy, like somebody that could come in and fix shit aside from,
You know,
Wow.
clean it up.
I want to deal with
That inference-
Yes, and I'm with it. And I'm with
Clean
it
it
all.
up.
and
For
that's
those
not
of
just a
you-
plumber, like not a
For
plumber.
those of you who are listening, she said a handy guy, not just who will come in and fix shit instead of just my patted her hips and looked down.
Vagina.
I mean, I like a versatile man, and it'd be nice,
Yes.
Yeah, sure, that's the definition.
not to have
If
to
he
call.
good with his hands,
He good with his
good
hands.
with his hands.
I'm saying. Okay, I'm the problem this episode. My bad, y'all.
Wow.
That's me. I'm the problem. I thought I ain't.
Yeah,
all
today
I
you
have.
get the gift of
Yeah.
being a problem.
I think that if I ever get back into that situation, because like I said, like when I was married, I think once we were separated and actually living separately, there was some type of relief in a sense, aside from the other stuff. But it was a type of relief because I'm already critical on me on maintaining certain stuff, right? So
We know.
now I'm not critical on everybody I'm watching, and like, and I mean by shouldn't say protective too. So like I was always protective of even my partner.
Yeah.
Like so I was like not just my kids. Like so if we're out, like if there's a certain appearance or certain things that's going on, if people looking at you crazy, I get protective in general. So when the idea of allowing someone else back into that space and knowing how I will become, I was just like, am I really ready for that? Do I want somebody back into this personal
Very important part.
space?
Considering what the heck might that even look and feel like, and like really thinking about that.
Right, because I think a lot of people, we are talking about them bringing shit to the table, like, oh, they're moving into our shit, or even us moving into their shit. We're looking at their shit, but what is it like? How do you act when you're living with someone? How are you when you're in that committed relationship? And how does that?
I'm clean.
Is it healthy? Is it healthy or is it not? And like, what do you even need to work on before you even transition into that? Because the only person who really can fix is yourself.
True. But you know what? I will say, like, having a roommate, when Juliet and I were living together, it really did give me a preview of what it would look like marriage-wise.
No, it won't.
It's
not the same.
I think well, for me, I feel like it showed
living with a man.
Then guys are.
It's a whole lot. They're gonna bring a whole nother entity.
Yeah, really? It's a whole nother energy. It's completely different, because I think that we tend to be so considerate because women are like conditioned to be a certain level of considerate of each other,
and they're so fucking literal.
Yeah, like we're very different. And so the energy tends to be very different. Okay. And you'll get, depending on the type of person that, you tend to connect with, some degree of give on that. But
it's different.
Very different.
Because men and women are night and day. Like
but it's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be fun. Just like, I think the parts of that kind of gives you that is that we get to do things together. Yeah. And then also, and like downtime, we get that moment to laugh and joke and kiki, whatever.
It can bring you
kiki
closer.
Is the right.
But I feel like it did. But I mean, guys like to kiki.
We can laugh. Yeah, you can laugh. I think that you should laugh with the person that you're with. And I think that also living together, it can create closer intimacy levels too. However, it can also distance you too if you're not aware of it, because you could be in the same house and really not be in the same house.
Period. Y'all think I be hermiting? I just hermit crab and I'm away from y'all in the world. If I hermit inside my house, away from people in the house. My mom asked me last week, "Oh, what did y'all do on Sunday?" Usually y'all all go out and do something. So we, all of us and my brother. And I was like, we didn't do nothing. I don't even think that we entered the same rooms with each other on Sunday. I was like, I was in my room because I keep myself a separate room. I used to actually talk about, okay, we could get this place and we could have our bedroom, but then I need my own bedroom just so that I can be
Correct. What was that time frame where they had, like, they used to have the room for the ladies and then the room for the men, the gentlemen's room?
Like, you talking about like
the way it used to be set up?
You talking about like Bridgerton times? Like,
like, goodness. But you know what I'm saying? Like, they had the ladies' room. That shit still should be a thing, because I think we took it away thinking that
we needed to be together. Right. That's true. Because it's like you still need your space.
Because you're still an individual. And I think when they combined it like that, not to say this, of course, some people combined because you couldn't afford it. However, but when it became a thing to be together, they're like, why do you need this space? Because you're individual people. And then it became, oh, he has a man cave. And women still didn't have nothing. Like, no, we still are. And I think that's another reason why a lot of women still became, aside from the way society was the way it still is now, women are constantly the one who is taking care of everyone else before themselves, because we're not even creating stuff in our own space in our home.
Space for us to have time for us, or space for us.
It's necessary though,
because I'm gonna have a woman cave.
And I think that is a thing to consider. We tend to lose that when we do come into this space where we're no longer talking about living single. When we are living single, it's that place where you get to probably be your most creative, you get to be your most social, because you don't have anything that you're particularly looking after besides yourself and your own needs.
Facts.
When you're coming out of that, it's very different, but we tend to lose ourselves in that space, and that's understandable in the beginning, because you just getting into something brand new. You want that energy around you all the time. You want to smell it and kiss it and rub it up and smack it down.
Yes, I want to be in your skin.
You want to be in people's skin. And so when you come out of that, you're looking
reality,
up,
out the honeymoon phase,
and you're kind of wondering, okay, where do I stand again? How do I get back connected with just
me?
That part of me. But hopefully by then you ain't with child and things after you finish smacking it up, kissing it up, rubbing it down, because now you got something else to focus on.
Yes.
So that
I was doing too much
into the last segment, which is basically a what was the tribe say, and it was this TikTok that it was Tabitha Brown talking, but she was talking about being in her youth season. And I feel like being a single person, living single, like I'm very much in my you season, like my season of me, like doing the things and figuring out me so that when I transition out of this singleness and into something more partnership driven, you know, I really want to have had taken time to survey life and like singleness and like really gotten those things that I feel like I need to have gotten. So my question to you is, how do you maximize your you time, whether you're living single or you're living with others? I know we talked about the hermit, but like what are some of the other things that you can do or that you do when you're living to maximize that you time?
When you're living with
Living
somebody else,
single or
you
with
get
someone else?
With
both.
you, both.
Either or, whichever you're experiencing.
Wherever you are right now.
I go out with y'all. I maximize my me time by leaving the house, which is a task for me sometimes.
Yes, we know.
So by leaving the house and actually being present when I'm in the space of the people that I care about and that I really enjoy time with. And then I also maximize me time and actually being intentional about what I want out of the year. So we start the year trying to figure out what's going to be that focus or that purpose. And this year for me is healing. So being intentional about that. What am I doing to work on those things that I want to see bloom in myself? And so journaling, doing the challenges that I'm doing as far as running and working out or push-ups or whatever. Going through certain readings about healing, having very open, serious, sucky discussions with y'all about certain stuff. Yeah. And really being open to that.
Even when we don't want to.
And just really trying my best to be as intentional as possible, whether that be in my relationship or in any of the relationships that I have. How can I put my best foot forward for who I'm expected to be later on, or who I expect myself to be later on, as opposed to just where I am today.
I feel you on that.
Is really what I've been trying to do or what I'm working through to maximize this time for me.
It's harder though, right? It's so hard. Like when you are
hard.
working through that, it's like it's like, yeah, you have the intention, but it's like for whatever reason, it's like all this shit just pops up on the journey to it. And you're just like, really? Like can we just go and not have a rough patch? Like
be like
I think that's the test.
Yeah.
That is really the test, I think.
Yeah. And I think for me, like I will take me time in the midst of all of the crazy going on around me, because
you took me. She said it, y'all. She took me time. Say it again.
In the sense of like I'll get in my bed early and like read. And like read, like finish a book in a few hours type of read. Because I'm like, okay, I'm all over the place. I'm feeling really anxious. I don't feel like taking my anxiety medication. So let me
do something
quiet
that calms
my
me.
mind, sit down and just kind of be for a moment. And I think it helps me then be like, okay, let's come back and start over. Because I mean, I work 7 days a week. And all the stuff my kids got going on. And mama going to the doctor and hospitals and stuff. So, it's just a lot all over the place all the time. But if I feel myself feeling too chaotic, I'll be like, nope, I need a little bit of me time. I'm going to read, because reading is my absolute favorite thing to do. So I'm going to read.
Yeah, and I think that is something that's emphasized. That's something that we want to talk about when you're talking about living single, is with all of the tasks of life. And of course, I mean, that's the expectation. You are your own person. So with all of the tasks of life, you are there to pick up the call. But when you are mom and when you have parents who are getting older or sick or anything like that, and having to kind of pick up struggle and pick up difficult moments in every direction, being able to figure out where do you get that moment to like
just be
quiet the mind,
to relax when you're living single. I think that when you are living with somebody, you get that space to either divide the task or if you have to pick up 70, they have to pick up 30, whatever the case may be. Even still, we get to come back and laugh. We get to come back and talk about the difficulty of it all, right? So there's a place for me to lay it down or to speak to somebody about it. But I think also the benefit on the other side is that sometimes you don't want to talk about it, and you also get that opportunity
get lost in that book.
if you are living single.
That's real. Like that my tub has gotten much use, and it's like I'll turn off all the lights in the bathroom, light the candles,
and
got the wine, got the little thing, and it's the most relaxing 20-30 minutes.
I think if I buy that little thing, I might actually use my tub
Candy.
in there for an hour
Candy.
because I really and I
Candy.
think because my mind raced so much,
It'll change your life.
I can't just sit here this
I can't just sit here. Like, and that's the thing. Like,
there's more things to do.
I have to actively I have to actively like force myself to take a bath, like to sit and take a bath versus a shower, like, or to enjoy being in the tub. Like, so when I call y'all are my distraction, so I'll actually be in there, like to be
and not
in
going
it, 'cause
anywhere.
it's
so
not going.
annoying. This damn mermaid. I'm like, girl, do you have to call us for now? She's like, I'm in the tub. I'm like, get your life together, miss. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know, because like I can't. My mind raced so much, like, and I'm bouncing from here to here. So it's like even when I'm not even in a hurry for something, I realize I have a tendency to be like, I got to get in and then get out. Like, y'all got to hurry to do it. And I realize.
So
I
how
tell
do
the
you
kids,
slow down then?
Hurry up! It's hard. I'm
She
still
does
working
it.
on it. Shush! I've
She
gotten
does it.
better.
I mean,
I've gotten
there are
better.
moments.
I have moments of doing better. I don't really. And
I think when we go on vacation, she slows down a little bit. My brain still be going.
No, she
I
slowed down with that key lime
one
pie.
time.
That's what she said. She was in slow motion that day, baby.
I think
But I don't think that's typical.
No,
Yes.
it's
When you guys
not.
went to Oklahoma, I think that was Oklahoma. Did y'all go to
Yeah,
Oklahoma?
that was Shakira's
Was
birthday.
she any slower than
No.
usual? Well, she probably
was-
been because she was sick.
No, I wasn't sick. I had
She
just
had
had
just had
surgery,
surgery.
and I was still moving. I was on top of the refrigerator.
She
girl.
was.
You were on top of the
She
refrigerator
was.
playing hide and seek with
She
these.
was.
She wasn't like she was
Bouncing.
Just, I think the only thing her focus was when we were in Oklahoma was making
Sure you were good.
that I had a good time and
Yeah.
that I was
Yeah.
fine. But it wasn't her going and doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that on the phone with
Everybody.
her in-laws.
Yeah.
On the phone with her old in-laws.
Girl, I'm
on the
about to say
phone
correct
with
yourself.
her friends. On the phone with
Yeah.
her other friends. On the phone with
Yeah.
constantly.
I'm like,
it
what?
was more like when she put that phone
Girl,
down.
everybody. You be
Because
talking to
everybody calls her.
Not that they friends,
Yeah,
but they,
they do.
Yeah, they do. Well, yeah. So my brain do work rush. I think the only thing that made me more conscious of it, and that was actually recently, which I probably should have been aware of it, is one day we were at the house and we were just gonna have our normal family night like we do on Fridays, me and the kids, and we normally put on a movie. And I was like, y'all need to hurry up, take a shower. Like, we had nowhere to be, no time frame or nothing. Like, and I was rushing them. I'm like, why are you in there so long? Like, and I jump in after them and I'm getting in and out. And then I got out and I'm just like, why did I
Where am I going?
where am I going? Why am I still going so much? Because in my mind, I still have all of this other stuff to do. Right. And it's just like, and so I'm constantly
lot.
rushing the current rather than enjoying the current. And so that in itself, that's work. So like I have to actively tell myself, I'm not quite there yet on that
Yeah.
part, but I actively tell myself like,
But you
stop,
recognize it.
Slow
slow
down.
down.
Stop.
It's taking work. It's
Drop.
taking a lot of work.
That's important. It's very important. So when we're talking about being able to take care of you or to maximize you time, I think that is something to take that time to consider. How do I get this space? And not the way that you usually do it, because maybe that's the way in which you calm down or you slow down.
What?
But that's not what we're talking about.
Which way?
Here. The only thing
Fucking?
that you...
Wait.
Well, that's
I
not
just
what I
popped back into the
said.
conversation at the wrong
I
time.
was
Like,
more on a
damn.
yourself.
Damn.
Yes, that helps. That helps. But I mean, I've been going to the gym lately.
I was thinking about that.
Do you
too.
feel
That
like that's a
helps.
moment for you to slow down?
No, it doesn't slow me
But your
down because
mind, is your mind going during that time?
no,
Or are you focused on the workout?
I'm focused on the workout and how I'm going to conquer the workout. So I get really competitive with the workout itself. And then of course I'm talking shit to my trainer.
All the time.
Yeah, because a lot of people are like, oh, you're flying through it. It's not that I'm flying through it because I'm struggling, but I have to keep my momentum because I
Yeah.
don't know how to slow down when it comes to that. But I do enjoy in that moment, I'm only focusing on a goal that I have for me.
Yeah.
And it's not a goal for the kids. It's not a goal for someone else. It's a goal for me.
Come on,
so I
healthy.
think that actually helps me
That's a good point.
somewhat with my healing because it's a personal goal. And it's not a personal goal that's going to extend to someone else in any way. It's strictly for myself.
I ain't mad at it.
That's what we talk about right there. Can I bring up? So my favorite show is Living Single. So I'm glad that we're doing this episode, and that's what it's called. But I had to do it.
Okay.
But what I love so much about this show, outside of the fact that it's a full black cast, is that they talk about or they demonstrate this community amongst each other.
I agree.
And through that, talk about like the relationships that they go in and out of, or just being single and kind of what that looks like, having a boring whatever type of night, or when your friends are busy and now you got to figure out what you're gonna do.
I agree.
So they go through these relationships, but also they demonstrate this connection, like this friendship that I think is so beautiful. And so I find myself watching it and just seeing us in the characters and just like,
Oh, so which living single character would you be?
I'm Max. And I'm going to turn to Candy
see
when I
that.
say it because Candy says that she's Max. But I think that...
I didn't say I was Max. I said I'm not Max. I said Max is smart as she called me Max.
I did.
I
Oh.
thought Candy said that she was
No,
Max.
I
So
said I
you're
was
Max.
none of them.
You said what?
I said I was none of them, and
No,
she called
she
me
said
Max.
she was Max.
No, she called me
And-
Max.
I did.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Shakira's
let's
the one
go.
called me Max.
Okay, so let's choose throughout. Think about who you are. You did because you told me.
I feel
I'm
like
Sinclair,
you
which
give
I think
Khadijah- I
definitely
feel
could be
like-
Sinclair too.
I said you were Sinclair, and I also said because I said
Tay
you
is
and brother.
Sinclair.
I said you were
You know,
Sinclair, but
Tay
I
has
wasn't
Sinclair
calling myself
moments.
Max. I said I can't be Max because I feel like Max is very sarcastic. She's like
I think that was the one thing.
Yeah.
No, it goes over Candy head instead of Candy throwing them out.
Yeah.
And that'd be me. But we
I
already
feel like
know
you're
who
very
Tay
Khadijah.
is
Like I feel like you
immediately.
have Khadijah vibes.
I feel like both of you have Khadijah vibes.
Because you have that spirit that I'm going to get it and I'm going to do it and I'm going to be. And then at the same time, you cool. Like, all right, cool. Yeah, whatever, mom.
And Khadijah be giving that workaholic
Yeah.
energy.
that's Shakira.
Which
Then
I
I'm not a
think-
workaholic.
That's just one trait. That's one trait.
What you just say out your mouth?
Anyway, back to who we
So,
picking.
what living single character do you feel that you are, Shakira?
I ain't none of them.
Really?
I ain't none.
You don't see yourself
I
in
think
any
I'm
of
a
them?
mixture of like
Yeah, I would think I would be a mixture. I don't think that I would be one
you would be
character.
Khadijah. Khadijah.
Because Khadijah don't need you.
Because Khadijah.
I feel like a little Regine. I have Regine moments.
yes, you do.
Definitely. So Tay's
You,
definitely
Tay,
Regine.
and
You
Topi are
definitely give Regine
Toodles.
/ Khadijah.
Look,
I do.
Look, her
And I'm
Tope,
like Max
and
/
Tay
Sinclair.
both. I feel like they give Regine, right?
I feel
but
like
they
Tay
all
give a
August,
little
the
bit
beginning
of
August.
Sinclair though. Tay give a little bit of Sinclair.
She do.
She does.
No Tay.
From
She
time
do.
to time,
from
for
time
sure.
to time. So
For
she's
sure.
a mixture of Regine and
Sinclair.
Sinclair. Like, but she's pieces of Sinclair, not like she's definitely Regine.
Yeah.
She bougie.
And I think the beauty of it is that we have guys that kind of are
Support.
in the group
We
and,
do.
and part of it. Like, it really is great. And so when we talk about, like, not living necessarily with each other, but living near each other and having that sort of community, I'm all in. I'm like, I'm already watching us do it on Living Single.
Every day. All right. So that is just about our time for today. Dang, this went by quick. Y'all, this episode was going to be a mess because somebody slept in late. Me. But
we all had a rough start.
Huh?
We all had a rough start.
all
Baby,
had a rough
but we
one
made it
this
through.
morning.
We persevered and we made it through.
Just for you.
Living.
Just for you. We made it through for you.
But y'all know I got a little homework for the listeners and I got a little homework for y'all. And it's just really just to think about how do you feel that you've grown?
Go ahead.
I didn't do nothing. That wasn't me.
I can't. How do you feel that you have grown living single? Like, what do you feel? What areas that you feel that you've grown in? And it's just a way to really look back and appreciate how you've grown in that journey of living single. So with that, we want to thank you again for listening to today's episode of Tribe Foolery. Please follow us on all of our social media. Follow us on TikTok, Facebook, which has bomb views right now.
Okay.
And also Instagram, Twitter.
Tickety talk.
Why you say Twitter like that?
Cause we don't be on Twitter like that. We don't. It be Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. That's
I like how you
that's
said
the
TikTok with your chest, but you whisper Twitter.
Right.
But also listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere that podcasts are streaming. Apparently, it's also on Google Podcasts too, and also on YouTube. Thank y'all for all the views. I think we had like 61 views on the very first one. I was looking at the stats the other day, and thank y'all for the follows, for the likes, the shares, all the feedback that y'all give us. Thank you so much. And we are back with season 2. Try Foolery. This is.
She said she need me like heartbeat. Drive me